Welcome back with some more Bazaar. We're going to be doing some more Dooley with the new patch. So I can show you some of the new changes that have been made and maybe some of the new strategies you can do. Although I don't have it fully figured out myself, so I wouldn't fully trust it. I do like a skill start still. Heat Lover is fun. I don't know if it's good though. I think we need the early damage, so I'm going to say Immolating Spark. I do kind of hate Immolating Spark. I like the one on the right way better, but it will have to do. I'm just going to click it. I don't love it. Okay, that's fine. I was double checking in case there was a rocket launcher, then I could sell it and buy the rocket launcher, but it's fine. This will do for now. If we can get any shield, it'll be a reasonable weapon. If we don't, it's garbage. Lighter could be very nice to pick up with Immolating Spark. Cinders, Fiery, all pretty good. But as you can see, the biggest change from the start of the game, we no longer start with a core. You actually get it at level 3 instead now. So this gives you a little bit of time to kind of like build up your board, see what early items you get, and then you can kind of decide where you want to go from there. It's worth noting you only get a selection of 5 out of 6 of the cores on day 7, so sometimes you can just kind of get completely screwed, but that's just how the game be sometimes. Okay, well I'm getting this is kind of cursed. I'll take Satcom. I kind of hate it. I would love to have a small free item, please. Okay. Please be a shield item. And we're totally cooked. Alright. Wonderful start. I took this for the early tempo and we kind of just got kicked in the teeth, but that's okay. That's also what happened in my last attempt to record this video. I had a really good, like, opener and the line was going great, and then it just gave me, like, belt sander over and over and over and over and over, and I died. Also, some crazy high rolls. So the biggest, like, villains of the patch are definitely, like, Mac with his, So they reworked Mac a little bit to give him a lot more options for transformations. Namely, they changed how, okay, looks like it still worked out. Namely, they changed how Catalyst worked, so it now transforms your leftmost small item when you sell it. And then they gave a bunch of his items, Catalyst generation. So he can't just do, like, the potion spam like he did before, where he just reroll potions infinitely. But he does have... Oh, that's excellent. But he does have access to more... Okay, we'll take Satcom. This might be like a bug build or something. But he does have more access to transformation in general, which is quite nice. But the main reason that that's bad is because it makes his Calcinator builds extremely consistent and retort. Pretty much the same thing. Which is not good for the rest of us, because those builds were already really strong, and now they're even stronger. Which is a little scary. So I'm pretty sure Speed Scrapper, as long as we have like a little bit of shield up, the Welding Torch goes pretty crazy, because it halves its cooldown when you have shield. And at 7 seconds it goes down to 3.5, so it's pretty quick. But the moment you lose your shield, it starts slowing down again. And it has a very high base burn, which in addition to my extra 7, is quite powerful. And then I gave it 1 for... It's 8, because I gave it 1 from the Cinders as well. Pretty easy win there. Medkit probably not going to work out very well for us unless we get an 8 in. Nope, love these options. I will check Quixel. I probably should have grabbed the gold. Okay, so... Could go with Rocket Launcher. How much would this do? So it'd be an extra 7, so it'd be 9. 9 times 3, so it'd be 27 burn every time it goes off. It's pretty good. I'll grab it. We'll take it, I guess. I'll try it for now. We might be able to just run both of them. I did get Tiny Furry Monster, which was exactly what I was hoping for. So now we get to see the little core selection screen. So here's our big list. Okay, so I didn't get Companion Core, so we can't really go with bugs. I think based on like our current setup with like the burn skills, rocket launcher, we're going to take Ignition Core. I think that just seems the most reasonable given what we've got going on here. So I'll put what's far left. So the way they changed Ignition Core, so they reworked all the cores. I did have a video where I went through the unofficial patch notes. So you could see like what changes went to each of them, but for the Ignition Core, it now charges itself, or sorry, it scales itself along with the other items. To the right of it. Over here, I think over here is a little better. Just because like I think the burst from welding torch is going to be better than the core for now. And the core scales itself anyway. I could put the rocket launcher to the right of the core. I think that could be reasonable. But Fiery Quill and Ink is a little spooky, but he does do a scattered build at the moment. Kind of all over the place, but that's okay. Works for me. He's got a lot of burnout there already. I'm going to toast him down because Mac is very, very squishy. So excellent first 2 days so far. And I found that this is kind of where you want to play with Dooley right now. Is just go for like very tempo-y plays over long-term plays, because late game Mac and Pig are both pretty horrifying right now. You might think, you know, oh, why Pig? He's been... Oh, that's a very nice pickup. He's been terrible, but he currently has like one overtuned item, which is the money tree, and if you run into money tree builds, you just kind of explode. So I'm going to sell this because I'd like the full chocos. Easy peasy. And then we're just going to take Mountain Pass. Could have taken Friend if we're going for like a late game Friend build, but we'll see. We'll see. So, of course we're looking for Rigged. Always looking for Rigged, the most powerful skill in the game most likely, but the rest of it's fine to like sell or give scrap to Wallace or something along those lines. Oh, I could also put in the Spider instead of Power Sander. I think that would be a lot better.
Seeing spots here.
Yeah, some of the main late game builds you can work towards. So there's like tech synergies with Railgun are quite strong. Friend builds still quite good, especially bugs. Stuff like that. There's a lot of reasonable options out there. So we're going to put you in there because I think these two go off the fastest. I'm going to upgrade our welding torch because we're using it quite a bit right now. And the upgrading it actually lowers the cooldown. So now it'll go down to 3 instead of just 3.5, which is a pretty big difference. Of any of these, I'm going to take the crypto and reroll. Spider upgrade is huge. That is gigantic. So this might enable us to actually run the friend build late game. So this is like the most important bug, in my opinion. And he's see if we get lucky. Maybe we'll get an upgrade for him. I did. Look at that. But he's the most important bug, and he is kind of hard to find now because they moved him to silver, and they basically just like removed diamond here and then moved bronze to where silver was, which makes it very important to get upgrades for your little dudes before they're usable at all. In particular, the slow one and the freeze one are complete garbage at silver because it's basically the old bronze where they were unusable, so naturally they're unusable at silver now. Like gold is where they start being okay, and at diamond they're at least reasonable. It's a little scary weapon, Vanessa, but we got there. Saved by our Choco purchase. See, that's why you buy your Chocos. Shark Claw's still pretty scary. I see a lot of people running it these days, especially with Cannonade. Seems extremely popular. I don't really need any weapons right now. I could look for Bulldozer. I think Bulldozer's important enough. We should dig for him a bit here. Excellent. Got that streamer client. It's unfortunate this is set to 1. I don't really want to sell my SATCOM, but we might have to. I guess I sell the SATCOM because I don't really want to sell, like, welding torch is kind of important right now. I could do like take this out instead. Do something like that. Oops, something like that. Don't like it very much at all, but I think it's what we're gonna do because I do still want the SATCOM. Even do like this. That's probably fine. Because the SATCOM lets us potentially collect more bugs, which I think is pretty important. I'm gonna get a haste item because there's some good ones. Okay. Well, it's a good thing I kept it. So now we have the super SATCOM. I'm gonna pump out some gold bugs, which is very important. Because gold is where gold friends, but the gold bugs are where it starts getting like actually useful. So they're very nice to have. Duplicate spiders could be interesting if we go for like a long-term ignition core play. Could get a bunch of like the haste bugs as well, which would enable a thermal lance build. Stuff like that. Very nice pickup, and we're still doing a ton of burn damage, so I think it was probably the correct choice. Even though Bulldozer's just kind of chilling right now. He doesn't do too much in this setup. Ability, not really what we're looking for. It doesn't do too much for us, but bad or anything. It doesn't do anything right now, but I think long term we'll want static acceleration, and also I don't have much money, so we'll just take it. And there's another one of our bugs, so we'll take Firefly. Pop him in, because he is a burn. He's a little burn dude, so... He's a little burn dude, so you'll get the job done there. I could refresh, but I don't have any money, so I'd have to sell stuff to buy it, and it feels like a bit of a waste, so... Let's go for some more chocos, and then we'll start hunting for more bugs on day 5, where we can start getting gold. Gold items, that is. I'll hold on to Power Sander to sell it later, but it's not really ever going to go back in the build, I don't think. So our heavy burn damage from the skill should still carry us for the next few days, unless we run into some crazy stuff. Lifesteal Magic Carpet is one of those crazy things. It's very strong. Especially if they have crits from other spots like Bottle Lightning and Letter Opener. Yep, there they go. So that lets it speed up pretty quick, and then the healing will probably kill us, so... Fortunate. But maybe. Okay. Barely. We got there, but barely. If that went off one more time, we were dead, so... Fairly lucky, but... not too bad. Holding in there so far, we've got a perfect record at this point. Aren't any tools I'm looking for. We got a pet rock for our small friend. Not really what we're looking for, given we're somewhat working towards a friend build. I'll just take the scrap since we're kind of poor, and I don't want to just go digging around in the garbage for tools. We'll take the Firefly upgrade. It's not really super impactful, but it's not bad. We could get our welding torch back. Is it probably better than Bulldozer? At bronze? I don't think so. I think this is a skip. I'll go to Trash Town Mayor.
Welcome to Trash Town, a completely real place. Now pay your taxes.
Not too much we want from this guy. Augmented weaponry is at least okay. It can be good if we get like a DJ or if we're using like a Dualtron late game, but mostly just taking him for the XP currently. The main thing we need right now is a haste activator. That could be the haste bug, it could be the DJ. Something along those lines. Augmented weapon, we did get it. And we do have a source of generating smalls with our SATCOM. It's not going to be super useful given how... that sword's interesting, but I don't think it's what we're looking for here. I could have also done like motherboard with the... It's kind of weird though. It's hard to... There aren't a lot of synergies between friends and tech at the moment. Excuse me. I'll check Valpak. I mean, I'll take the Wallace upgrade. I don't think it's good. I will refresh because we kind of need like upgrades pretty bad, but we are still missing them. We'll sell that one for our 1 extra gold. Now we're fighting another map. Once again, relying on our early burn to save us while we're trying to set up a later game build. Candles, yeah. Candles, and so this is like the one of the main villains of the patch is the Calcinator. It's just so easy to transform reagents now that it's a super consistent build, and it applies tons and tons of burn. Like, look at that. It's already 90 burn. I think it'll just kill us immediately, probably. Well, there goes our perfect record, but yeah, the strength potion into Calcinator means that this is doing 70 burn application 6 seconds in, which is very fair. A very balanced item. I think a lot of the weird balance with Mac is thanks to the crit potion, to be honest, because it just doubles everything, which is completely insane. Like if there's a friend that was like, you get a plus 100% crit chance for all your friends every 6 seconds, like people would go nuts. I think it's the potion. I think it's the potion. But anyway, this guy's pretty easy. Not much we want here. You can do some fun stuff with a rivet gun, but I don't think right now it'll do too much for us. More XP is always nice, and if we can get to 7, we get to upgrade our bill. Orbital Polisher is just like worse belt sander. So we'll upgrade bill. This gives us even more cooldown reduction with our bugs, which is extremely important later in the game when you pivot into the full bug setup.
Huge items.
can we do it with drill? No, we don't have the setup still. So we're gonna skip for now. This is so looking a little cursed. Okay, so can we fit Chemsnail? Like Chemsnail's not bad. It is bronze though, which I'm not in love with. So what if we get rid of this? We pop in you and you. Maybe? Something like that. They did buff Bomb Squad. You know, as the tier goes up, the cooldown goes down. You can get him down to like 4 seconds at Diamond, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna try something like this instead. Focus a little bit more on my bug burn, because it goes a little quicker than the, whatever it's called. The rocket launcher. Yeah, it seems to be working quite a bit better, so. Pretty nice, pretty nice. I would love to have this next to the Omega Ray, but I don't think there's a good setup for it that would keep it going quick for now. Paralyzing Rush. It's not doing a ton right now, but later in the game that's extra Dualtron procs. Okay, perfect. So we definitely take DJ, and then we definitely refresh because we're looking for something like Dualtron, etc. We didn't get it. That's okay. So now we can take out that, put these in. Something like this, maybe? Yeah, this kind of setup I think is fine. Schematics as well. Yeah, more econ's always welcome with bugs. Weapons, there are a couple weapons that we'd like. Again, namely Dualtron and Bill. Sell my ignition core. I'm probably not going to use it again, so we'll drop it. I could put it here, but I think the extra friends are important for making sure my DJ goes off as much as possible. It's a poison Vanessa. He's got pufferfish. Emerald is pretty scary, but the jellyfish are in a weird position, so I think we're okay. Like, you could at least put one of the jellyfish over here, and I think it'd be more reasonable.
Next time, boys.
Oh, Bill with the big crit. Very nice. Yeah, Paralyzing Rush. Definitely not going to be doing anything right now, but Dualtron extra procs, so it'll help. DJ Robot plus Firefly Core. Still very strong. The Trained Spider, it's probably better than Bomb Squad. I don't know if Bomb Squad's doing too much right now. He's still like it's like 3 seconds to go off. He's a little slow. I think we'll stick with this. And the spider at least sets off the other spider. We'll look in mediums, potentially for a DJ upgrade or something. Didn't get it. It's okay. There aren't too many mediums that we want with this setup right now anyway. Conflagration is huge, because that now gives us scaling on our little firefly friend here. Nothing great here. Bomb Squad at gold is probably good enough to be playable over Wallace. So we'll pop him in there. I mean, he's probably perma-hasted anyway, so I'm just going to put him over there. I want my Firefly's probably going to go off the most. So, yes, you can see he's already he's already at 6 seconds from my other bugs, and if we get him one more upgrade, he'll be at 4. So he goes very, very fast, and he'll potentially compete with Firefly for some damage early on, although this guy gets a ton of, like, charges, so later on, not so much. You can see the conflagration already paying off a lot with the amount of burn we're pumping out. Very nice. And then Bill, as always, putting in some good damage in the mid-game. Yeah, the main thing that they nerfed with bugs is just how easy it is to get them. You no longer just find them all just like in any store. You definitely have to put a lot more effort into hunting them down, which is probably a good thing. I'm a little sad though, because I do love my bugs. They're my favorites. Drill is quite good. We don't have any freeze for Nitrogen Hammer, but I think we're past for now because we do have the conflagration set up already. If I didn't, I probably would take a drill and replace my Bomb Squad and Nanobots with it, but for now we're okay. Maybe not at Bomb Squad. Probably be Trained Spider? I don't know. I'd have to see what triggers the most. Yeah, drill if you don't have good scaling is a good mid-game option with if you're trying to run bugs. Although Bugs mid-game is a little risky, as is. What on earth is this? They got the triple lighter set up. They've got 5x weather glass with Yeti Crab not next to weather glass, which is a bold play, I would say. They might win just because of Fiery Rebirth, but we'll see. It's a tie. I'll take a tie with Fiery Rebirth. It basically just doubles their HP, which is pretty insane. They also had Sick Burn with weather glass, but they didn't use it. Now Vanessa could have crushed me. They definitely could have if they set up their board a little differently. Wallace, that's fine. Wallace upgrades reasonable. Another friend shop. Very nice. Is Venom... He's just better trained spider, so we'll pop him in there, and he's cute anyway. I'm going to save the upgrade for in case we get Wasp, I was about to say. Because the Wasp is just better Venomander, because it gives, or because it charges. Let's see if we get anything else good. There's our Dualtron. Alright. So let's figure out what our setup would be for Dualtron. It'd probably be this plus Dualtron. Is he good enough to grab early? Not actually sure. Let's test. I'm gonna grab the robot. Oh wait, there's the mantis there. I'm dumb. We'll sell the schematics to grab the mantis. That was silly of me. He's better than Bomb Squad. A little bit anyway. Bomb Squad quite strong. Not that strong. We'll drop him because I do want to find the ice bug as well. No luck. So this should still work reasonably. We're going to go for Car Conductor because it is... Command Ship is insanely powerful with Bulldozer, so you got to take every opportunity you can to try to get it. There's an extra 15% off your bugs, puts them down to like 3 seconds, which is a crazy fast start. Very nice. Okay, so it's not quite as quick as I'd like it to be. It wasn't bad. It was okay. It's okay. The alternative way to set this up is, we don't really need any medium, so I'm just going to take cinders to save a bit of money. Is to put in, DJ still. This looks weird, but it does work okay. I have run it before. Don't want any of those. Unfortunately, fiber optics isn't great with this kind of a build. Because once the DJ goes off, then your procs start going pretty quick. The main issue is just getting the DJ to start firing, but I think it's still reasonable. So we were against Micro Dave with Ignition Core, and then DJ Robot, and just some random stuff. He's got the same record as me with this, but that's okay. Yeah, I think we're fine here. The huge damage burst from Dualtron will carry us here. Very nice. Necessary crit, but, you know, big numbers, always welcome. We're up to 10. We get to see what our enchant is. There's quite a few that could be good. That one's not really it. It's an interesting one, though, so I could put it on... Put it on the spider to extra trigger the firefly, and it would let me remove the robot for this. I think I'll try it. I think that's probably reasonable. And he'll stay even if I get switched to the blue beetle later on, so I think that's reasonable. And enchanting like Dualtron is a bit of a meme. Yeah, he has big numbers, but usually if Dualtron's actually going off, you're winning anyway, so they don't make a huge difference most of the time. They can definitely, but most of the time, not so much. Another spider. Very nice pickup. Gold. We're going to take the mysterious portal. No, I'm not even going to look in there. There's nothing I want from her. I could have gone to this shop, but we didn't really have the money for it, so I think it was better just not to. We're only picking this guy for the extra XP. It's not quite where I want it to be, but it seems relatively quick, so I think it's fine. Yeah, that seemed alright. That seemed alright. The nerfed yellow mantis definitely does not feel good at all. I would much prefer to have the little beetle boy, but what can you do? We gotta look for non-weapons because we still need upgrades or some final bugs to really make this pop. Nope. Skill might have been good, but we didn't really have a ton of money. I would love to get command ship, so might have been better to go for that. These are great. We're gonna go for freeze just to get some initial freezes to build up our, to buy us a little bit more time to get things moving. Nothing there. Almost accidentally bought that. I did not mean to. There's another Mac. Probably calcinator. He could blow me up. We'll see.
If you knew my true purpose, you would stand aside.
Is it a retort? No, it's a nightshade potion distillery. It's a neat build. So he's got just like a whole bunch of regen potions and then a nightshade. And his goal is just to make this thing gigantic and then blow me up with it. So fairly cool, but I don't think it'll be fast enough to beat Dualtron. Even though they are slowing me a ton. I'm not really sure what's... Oh, it's just the incense. Okay. And we're doing a ton of burn damage still. Very nice. Dualtron did most of the work, but Firefly and Wasp definitely... Yeah, he put in some work as well. I'm gonna skip that actually. It's not that it's bad to upgrade, but not really what we're looking for. It's only like 2 extra poison. And we kind of need the extra money in case we find like a Dualtron or a Bulldozer or one of our diamond friends. Nothing in there. Again, just looking for upgrades for these 2. I'm going to upgrade Bulldozer at the next one. I would love to not have to, and I would love to be able to have them both at diamond if I could find a... or next one, I mean 13. The next level up pedestal. What? Just how it is. Alright. So it looks like we're starting to pop up a little more now. The extra targets on the Mantis help a bunch. Dualtron is unfortunately still pretty slow. Maybe I'll do a Dualtron upgrade, but... I feel like it's better to do that. I don't know, though. Normally Bill's better for the extra triggers on these, but it's a little hard to say. So I'm going to enchant Dualtron with Shield. Puts him to unnerf Dualtron. The other ones don't... Like, I could put it on... it'd also be a good idea to put on Firefly or... Okay, 2 enchant pedestals in a row. I'll put this one on Firefly. Well, there's our sustain solved. Very nice, very nice. But I like it on Dualtron because the extra shields really do make a pretty big difference. They can let you survive like some burst Vanessas or some burn builds that you wouldn't normally. So here's the cannonade setup I was talking about. They do have thick hide. And they've got slow on their heavy submersible, which is probably going to go kind of crazy. But I do have a decent amount of survivability now. Meow. I don't know if we kill them, but yeah, the slow is just messing me up because we don't have... Yeah, nothing I could do there. Yeah, it was a bit of a high roll. The thick hide heavy submersible still has like ridiculous enchants for some reason. The thing goes off every 3 seconds, probably less. But it's got the enchants as if it was like a 6-second medium item. Which it definitely is not, because nobody ever plays it when it's 6 seconds. Whatever, it's fine. I'm not grumpy about it. So this could be like a slow death here. We were doing very well up until that point. But we're struggling a bit to get our last couple upgrades, which make a huge difference in this build for sure. I'd love to get the freeze bug. I haven't seen him at all the whole game, despite having SATCOM the whole time as well. I'm going into every shop it could be. Another slow bug upgrade would also be fantastic. And then an upgrade for either Dualtron. Well, I can't now, but an upgrade for Dualtron because I'm going to be picking Bill would be very nice. There we go. We made it. I guess I could do Dualtron. It does double his damage, but I'm a little worried about that part in the middle. You can see there's kind of like a lapse in our loop. And I want to kind of shore that up with an upgrade. So we are just going to go for Bill. And if we get to 16, we can do Dualtron. Alright, we got a lot of money. Hoping for some upgrades in here, but might scam me again. Oh, it didn't scam me. We got the beetle I was looking for. Very nice. So this is the blue beetle. So this is the main villain of the previous patch. They nerfed him a little bit, but it's still pretty solid. Okay, so all these are pretty good. So we could get a whole bunch of extra max health. burn haste or haste shield. Honestly, I think hunker down is the way to go. It lets me survive, like burst a little bit better. And if I can live long enough for my bugs to start going, I'll have some decent lockdown with the freeze and slow. So. Another submersible. Oh, he's got like a shiny katana with shark claws. This is pretty scary. Scary, but he also has the ritual dagger with oh gosh, the frozen. There we go. He's got the ritual dagger with shark claws, which is very fun. Still not quite looping as well as I'd like it to, but I got the job done. The slow plus freeze combination is quite potent, even after the nerfs. We'll look in smalls, of course. Aiden is... Oh, another slow bug isn't quite what I was looking for. Especially since this one's already enchanted, so I'll probably just sell that one off later. That's okay. Aiden's interesting. You can use them for even a faster start, but I don't think it's necessary here. Oh, there he goes. Better upgrade. Very nice. So this should make my loop way better, because these will each have 3 triggers, which means I'm actually gonna... Oh, I was gonna re-roll these, but there's no point now, actually, because I have pretty much what I need. No point in re-rolling. No squares I want. I'm just gonna take sharpening stone, I guess. But anyway, I was saying, so... These are basically equivalent to the old silver bugs, which are already pretty solid. Oh, they went crazy at diamond, but they no longer do. But now this, every time this goes off, it charges these like 90% of the way. You can see they almost charge. They don't quite, which is why the diamond was so strong. Is whenever this went off, it charged this, and whenever this went off, it charged this up a little bit. It's pretty good. Right, let's see. We get intrusion countermeasures would be the best. Oh, big numbers though. I mean, we gotta take big numbers. Who doesn't like big numbers? Take the extra health because this could be our last fight. So the extra little bit would be very nice. We'll go to Curio because the increased slow is always extremely powerful if we can find it. But it can be a little tricky to find for sure. Sometimes. I'm gonna just sell these because we're not going to use them. And they're kind of getting in the way. Okay, there we go. We got some very nice pickups there, so that buffs the slow from my little beetle there to 4 seconds. Quite good. Or sorry, buffs the slow to 3 seconds and the haste to 4, so both very strong. There we go, the final boss. Another Dooley, potentially. Final boss. I might have one more fight. So this is like the drill variant. They do have it set up wrong. You always want to put the DJ next to the Mantis if you have this set up. That's okay. But they do have dragon skills, which is the main scary thing about this this opponent. Yeah, see their Firefly going nuts, but Bill with the crit. As to save, and the hunker down I think would have saved us regardless, because you could see it gave us like 4,000 shield, which is pretty good for beating a burn build. See, he went nuts because he had a Searing Flame plus Draconic Rage, so this thing went nuts. But you definitely want the robot next to it because you can see the Mantis did 12. Even at Diamond, it did 12 haste. This did 21. So that would be an extra, like 2 or 3 procs on your Firefly, which makes the DJ go off more, which makes, you might have even killed me if you had that, so always keep an eye out for it if you're playing bugs. But there you go, the, turns out rumors of the bug's death are greatly exaggerated. They're still pretty solid. They're just much harder to set up. But thank you all for watching. I hope you found it interesting or helpful. And I'll see you all next time.